visionary, and maybe you can see your name in the column of obituaries. Third grade teacher reading and talking about, I knew he'd amount to nothing. Neighbors like he was the quiet type. Who'd have thought they was frontin'? Talking about.
This video goes out to Pia Carpenter. She asked about balance. She also talked about parental guilt. So what do you do about keeping things balanced and also parental guilt, right? So parental guilt, the idea that you feel guilty when you're not with your kids. And I think I lead a pretty balanced life. I've done a couple of things to make sure that I get to spend a lot of time with my kids. I built a business where I get to work from home. That means I see my kids for the most part every day except when I'm traveling on business trips. But I think, at the end of the day, my guilt or my definition of balance isn't the one that matters. It's my children, which is why they're in the video today. So I'm going to ask them, starting with Alexandria, and we got Leo, and then Martine, who just took a shower because we went to go get a haircut. What do you think work-life balance is, and does Daddy do a good job with spending time with his children versus time that he spends working? I know today I felt guilty because they were waiting in the car for me as I was getting ready to leave, but I'll let Alexandria talk about it.
Okay, so balanced life, for me, it means like you do what you have to do, and then you do what you want to do. So it's balanced. And then if my dad spends like enough time with us while he's not working, and he does, because like today he spent like half of his day working and then half of his day just spending time with us like he is right now. And even though we had to wait for him in the car, we knew that he was busy working and it was important, so I didn't really mind waiting.
I think like a lot of things, I spend a lot of time explaining to my children what I'm doing with work and why it's important. So that's something that can definitely help. And I don't think there's any age that your kids are too young. Xander here is 2, but I'll talk to him until he understands it. He might not get it right now, but he'll get it at some point, or not.
So work-life balance, to me, it means balancing out your time like to balance out the time you spend working, making sure things get done, and also balancing out the time you spend being with your family or friends or just sitting down relaxing. It's important to have that, because if you work too much, that's how you get stressed out, and then it can upset, it just causes your day to just be a lot gloomier.
Do you think your daddy does a good job with it? Mommy and Daddy, do you think we do a good job with it, or no?
Yeah, you guys do a good job with it, because like today, we were in the car because we had to do stuff, but it wasn't really work you had to do. It was time you wanted to spend with us doing something. So even though it took just a few minutes to actually get going, it's okay, because we knew that what my dad was doing while we were waiting was important. So while we may have gotten a bit bored, we all knew in the back of our minds that it was okay, because it was for a good reason.
But what about the times when I'm away and I'm traveling, or I have to work? Maybe I worked all day in the office and then I go work at night. What do you think about those times? Do I balance the work and family life well in those cases, or no?
Yeah.
Xander, shh.
Well, it depends on the way you see it. You're at work, so you're not exactly with us. So you could say that you don't do a good time with it, but I say you do, because while you're working, you're doing something important, but you still find a way to talk to us. You call us, or you call us.
Mm-hmm.
You say good night, you say good morning, you text Mommy and Anna. So at the same time, you can also say yes. Honestly, in my perspective, I say yes, because I feel happy when I get to see you, even if you're not exactly here.
I also say yes, just because even though you're like working all day and then you go at night you still have meals with us.
So listen, guys. Family time, work time, and personal time. So personal time is really important to keep yourself centered and sane. You're spending all your time with your children or a child, or you're spending all your time with work. If you don't get any just time to yourself, that can be crazy. But that has limits too. Sometimes I play video games, sometimes I'm watching Netflix, and sometimes I can take that too far and I'm not spending time with my children, or I'm not getting work done.
When I try to talk to you, you're mostly distracted and you're like on the phone, and then I have to say your name a couple of times, and I don't like that.
I hear that. And what does Daddy do sometimes so that he can make you feel like I'm giving you attention and making you feel good?
By talking to me, reading to me, spending time with me, having our daddy and son day.
And what do I do when you're frustrated that you can't get my attention? What do we talk about?
Being calm.
Being calm? Why?
Because it's important to be calm to other people, because people could get mad at you if you're not calm.
That's true. And what do we do to make sure that we spend some time, even though Daddy can't spend all his time with you? What do we do?
We play Spider-Man.
And what else?
Watch movies together.
Do we go to the park?
Yeah.
Do we bike ride?
Yeah.
Do we hike?
Yeah.
Do we do Boy Scouts?
Yeah.
Do we chase you around the house and tickle you?
Yeah.
Thank you, Martine. So family out. Thank you very much. Hopefully you stay balanced.
Bye.
Bye.
Go, go!
Come on, guys.
Beat the record!
Come on, power makers. Let's go. Let's go. Fuerte, 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 fuerte.
28.97, good job.
What was the record?